Hi there, and welcome to She Spice. Diddy's claim has taken an emotional turn, with Candice Owens venturing forward with frightening disclosures. As per her, there's an association between Diddy's fight in court and Michael Jackson's, passing a guarantee that is causing a commotion and mixing hypotheses. While it could appear to be unrealistic from the outset, Owens is resolute about the connection, and she's prepared to unload her thinking. We should dig into her viewpoint and how she's winding around this charming story. I became legitimate. I'm somewhat unnerved. I think this will be the last day that I cover it, since we're drawing near something extremely hazardous. Candace Owens has lighted a tempest of debate with her new assertions, charging an association between Diddy's continuous claim and the shocking death of pop legend. Michael Jackson Owens caused these striking cases to be recorded digitally, where she dug into the complexities of Diddy's legitimate inconveniences and expressed worry over what she saw as a prominent absence of media consideration. As per Owens, there exists a critical relationship between Diddy's legitimate difficulties and the cryptic conditions encompassing Michael Jackson's passing. When everything was happening with Michael Jackson's demise, I felt that we were in full paranoid fear. An area where individuals were saying that Michael Jackson was in this case is seemingly greater than the Jeffrey Epstein case, but the media is quiet on it. Owens scrutinized her virtual entertainment supporters, which is frightening to think about, yet Hollywood and our lawmakers are being extorted into contempt. Moreover, she featured the association between the individual purportedly engaged in disguising Diddy's child's part in a shooting episode and Michael Jackson's previous head of safety, who was available at the hour of the pop symbol's passing. Owens suggests that people of this nature could depend on extreme measures, including MEA, to shield their inclinations. The cleanup fellow, Mr. F. Fahim Muhammad, was likewise on the scene when Michael Jackson kicked the bucket. Besides, during her digital broadcast, Owens illustrated 5 significant bits of knowledge gathered from Diddy's new claim, showing that its repercussions could outperform even those of the scandalous Jeffrey Epstein case. She additionally took to online entertainment to voice her fears, stressing the sparse media consideration coordinated towards Diddy's lawful entrapments and alluding to expected ramifications for persuasive figures in both governmental issues and Hollywood. The Diddy case is ostensibly greater than the Jeffrey Epstein case, but the media is essentially quiet on it. Owens tweeted alongside a connection to her digital recording that is on the grounds that they are ensnared. It is dim, however. We presently realize that the 2 legislators and VIPs are being extorted from developing her cases. Owens repeated her position in the YouTube subtitle, proposing that both the media and Hollywood have thought processes in stifling inclusion of the comms claims. She sees a dull plan at work, one outfitted towards safeguarding conspicuous people from public examination and outcomes in spite of inciting discussion and suspicion. Owens' statements point out the perplexing power elements inside the entertainment industry and highlight the expansive ramifications of lawful contentions, including persuasive figures. Something different that we learned in the D claim was that the media and the specialists are complicit, so the reign has genuine power, not envisioned power. Again, I'm utilizing the word asserted. I've been performing since I was 5 years old, so I haven't had what you've considered a common life. It's obvious that Michael Jackson's life was a long way from conventional, set apart by distinction and complex relational peculiarities that presented him with numerous troublesome difficulties. His passing on June 25, 2009 is one of those minutes that sticks in everybody's memory. It sent shockwaves overall, ruling titles for a really long time and provoking an extraordinary time of public grieving. We're not saying that he isn't dead. He's not there. Certain passings become famous minutes in culture, and when they do, it's normal for surprising hypotheses to arise. Michael Jackson, a VIP of colossal height, has had his fair share of intricate paranoid fears encompassing his demise. Emerged about whether he really died on that day, and assuming the situation developed precisely as revealed some indeed, even estimating the chance of treachery, recommending that the Lord of Pop could have been purposefully hurt by somebody in power, since most importantly, Michael let me know that they were going to him. He was apprehensive. He was an individual that was engaged with his life, an individual that was controlling him. This book is beginning once again. Michael Jackson secretly communicated serious feelings of dread about specific matters, an opinion shared by a portion of his relatives. Currently, we should move our concentration to his family, an incredible line that has made a permanent imprint on present-day music, from their initial M-Town accomplishment as the Jackson 5 to Janet's pivotal accomplishments, and Michael's enduring inheritance as the Lord of the Rings. Their influence is obvious anyway. Michael Jackson actually wound up facing numerous serious charges. Michael Jackson once ended up in a questionable circumstance with an authority capture warrant for his supposed unseemly way of behaving with kids. It was the most embarrassing difficulty of my life, yet in the event that this is what I need to persevere to defend myself, so be it, as Michael Jackson confronted the grave charges and turned himself in for not more than 2 weeks. After his lawful circumstances arrived at a basic point, he was wrestling with serious claims and encountering a depressed spot in his life in spite of a turbulent life regularly unfurling in the public eye. The unexpected passing of Michael Jackson on June 25, 2009, evoked certified shock after many years stamped by more disrupting newspaper titles than outline-breaking hits. It created the impression that the performer was ready to divert his concentration to his vocation. He had focused on a 50-night residency at London's regarded O2 Field for a rebound show named This Is All There Is to It, promising an excessive review of his famous lifetime. Unbeknownst to Jackson's fans at the time was the degree of his well-being battles and the race he and his group looked to prepare him for the stage. This included resolving issues, for example, sleep deprivation and de-reliance that had been created in his later years by endeavors to keep a solid eating routine. The subtleties of his last 24-hour feasts, an essential perspective frequently buried in falsehood, shed light on the endeavors embraced to guarantee his prosperity during this basic period. I prepare the morning meal for the kids in the first part of the day around 8:30, like that 9:00, and their eating in time passes by, and on June 24, 2009, the day preceding Michael Jackson's unfavorable demise, his last dinner at home occurred in the organization of his family in spite of the impending This Is It residency planned for London practices, were directed at the Staples community in Los Angeles, strategically placed only a short drive from Jackson's home on vehicle, would drive during. This dinner Jackson imparted the table to his kids, Sovereign Paris, and cover every one of whom dwelled with him, taking special care of the wholesome necessities of the Jackson family, was their own culinary specialist Kai Pursue, answerable for creating health-cognizant feasts for the pop symbol, and his friends and family, in a memory shared on Larry Ruler Live, referenced planning 3 dinners per day for Jackson, some of which he would convey to practices, for this is all there is to it, with either at home or in a hurry. Jackson reliably dove down the stairs with his youngsters, cultivating a familial air around their common feasts, as per the related press. Kai, the individual gourmet specialist for the Jackson family, expressed that Michael Jackson's last dinner with his kids at their home was comprised of singed computer-based intelligence, fish matched with a natural plate of mixed greens. This culinary group was supplemented by an invigorating mix of carrot and squeezed orange. It's significant that a few news sources at first revealed an alternate menu proposing Jackson had a chicken and spinach salad anyway. These varieties appear to originate from misinterpretations of more extensive memories in regards to the family's favorite dinners. They get an opportunity to play with their cousins, and you realize they're living it up. They look superb, they're cheerful, and I believe it's an extraordinary choice. Appear to be extremely close to the grandmother, in opposition to a few mistaken claims that Jackson's dinner with his family was his last. The Observer goes against this story. As per extra records, the star supposedly consumed one more feast prior to making a beeline for practices on the portentous night that would turn into his last. The greatness of This Is All There Is to It. It was imagined to be one of the most fantastic live stage shows at any point considered by Randall Sullivan's Distant. The bizarre life and shocking demise of Michael Jackson. The creation was not just planned to grandstand Michael Jackson's striking cluster of hits, but additionally guaranteed a visual gala with luxurious set pieces and cutting-edge 3D impacts. In the midst of this scene, the crowd expected Jackson to convey an exhibition of unparalleled splendor, singing and moving at a level he hadn't accomplished in north of 10 years' music. Unfortunately, Jackson's excursion to recover his previous magnificence was upset by constant back torment, originating from a dramatic mishap in 1997. This persevering distress prompted his reliance on torment medicine, affecting his rest designs at the hour. This is all there is to it. The obligation regarding Jackson's well-being during this basic period was shared with Dr. Conrad Murray by the show's advertiser, AEG Live. Dr. Murray thusly regulated Solution D to address the pop star's well-being difficulties. Obviously, the most secret gold mine of his life is with. Subscribe She Spice for more videos.